Preparing to live stream now. Got it. Watch how good I am at this, Heather. I won't allow it to play in the background like I used to every single time. You do something 50 times, you eventually get it. All right, and I'm going to record this so that we can put the audio on our podcast. We have a podcast, you guys. You can look it up on iTunes and such. It's just ER Shred. Okay. Mute everybody. All right. We're here. Welcome, everyone. If I was Jesse James Jamnick, I would say, what's happening, everybody? Welcome. I love how he starts his calls. I look forward to it every week. The call last night with Jesse James Jamnick, our ER Shred ambassador, and Susan Rothman, who's on our ER Shred health professional board, was fantastic. I hope you guys all had the opportunity to listen to that. It was so great. And, you know, on that note, I want to make mention that it's important that we always share disclaimers. We do not intend to treat, cure, prevent any kind of illness. If you're on medications, please do stay on them. If you're under the supervision of a medical doctor, then you do want to consult with your medical doctor. It's just the way that it has to be. Legally, we have to do that. So I always try to cover the bases. It's really important that we do that. And tonight, we're going to have a whole bunch of new people share, which is really exciting. I had a crazy 10 days, guys. I was recorded for a documentary that's going to be on the Discovery Channel. And it just caused so much emotional upheaval inside of me. And I couldn't get my stuff together for 10 days. Yesterday, I finally started feeling normal again. You know what's funny about emotions is how emotions in the moment feel so real that you think it's permanent. You start to think like the way I'm feeling is the way that I will always feel. It's funny how we could be so short-sighted as that. And so oftentimes I want to give you a little pointer. If ever you're feeling emotional, if ever you're feeling emotionally unwell, some of the questions that I ask myself, are, did I feel like this a week ago? Did I feel like this 2 weeks ago? Did I feel like this a month ago? And then I have to start asking myself all kinds of questions and practice self-awareness, because sometimes the brain plays tricks on us and it can be really, really convincing. But then you have to reassure yourself, no, I will not feel this way forever. Everything's going to be just fine. And I'm going to go back to feeling as great as I did. And yesterday I started to feel just as great as I did 11 days prior, which I'm so grateful for, because for the last year, physically, I have felt better than I've ever felt in my life because of ER Shred, which is what we're here to talk about tonight. Okay, this nutritional dietary lifestyle empowerment protocol, ER Shred, it's a movement. It's a community. It's a dietary protocol, and it gives you back control. There's really nothing else quite like it that I'm aware of. And when I think about it, and I think about the people that are going to share tonight, I get a little bit giddy. Jesse always says he gets giddy as a 16-year-old teenage girl that's in love. I get giddy too, Jesse. I just love what's going to happen to people. And I love how good they're going to feel. And I love that they're going to look in the mirror and be like in tears thinking, I never even knew I could feel this good. What a gift we're giving people. Our first share tonight is Barbara Bush. Barbara, I hope you don't mind going first.
I don't mind. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm so okay with it.
You're first on my list. I know you have some relation to like this world famous ER shredder named Susan Look. So how do you two know each other? Or was it you that introduced Susan to ER Shred?
She's amazing. Yes. So I've been with Isagenix for almost 11 years. And actually a very, very good friend of mine, Lenny Evans, whom I met at my very first event in January of 2011 in Phoenix. He and I became fast friends. Like we are brother sister. He walked me down the aisle 6 years ago when my husband and I got married. Like he truly is like a brother to me. He's amazing.
Me too.
Yes. And so, yes, Susan Look she's incredible. She joined me in January after I've been with Isagenix all along, but I talked to Lenny in December of last year, and my husband and I have been plant-based for about 14 months. Okay. And when I first started plant-based, I was feeling really good. I was doing great. I'm also a figure and bikini competitor. I've done 14 competitions. I'm also a certified holistic health coach and a life coach. And
oh my gosh, I love that you're telling us that. Where are you from, by the way?
I'm originally from Minnesota, which is where Susan is from. And her and I met. You've seen her videos. We actually met at the Renaissance Festival. So
oh my gosh, like it's my favorite.
Oddly enough, I know. Yeah, so I'm originally from Minnesota. I'm actually on Emily and Hayden's team, which I know not everybody knows that who they are, but amazing, amazing mentors. I moved to Florida. My husband and I moved to Florida 5 years ago. And now Susan has a place down here. So we see each other back and forth.
So fun. Okay, so let me get a note. Sometimes I like to get notes because sometimes questions pop into my head and I just, if you see me writing, I'm either writing down people's names so that they can be part of our ER Shred gear raffle. So we give away ER Shred gear to people that share their testimonies. And then tonight I had to rock my Beefzilla shirt again because I'm just so proud to be a meat eater. But tell me more. So you hear about this from Lenny. And well, you know, I remember a post you did actually, believe it or not, I remember a post you did about the gut. That was a fascinating post you did in January about the gut, but give everybody an idea because you've never shared with us before, have you?
I did in the very beginning when I did a shred. So it would have been January or so, but it was just very brief. Okay.
So give us an idea back then, what unfolded for you, just so that everybody can kind of have an idea of your story.
Yeah. So really what I was experiencing, being plant-based for 14 months, I did it because I watched a documentary and I thought that's really fascinating. A lot of the people in the documentary were Tennessee Titans. I'm a big football fan, NFL. And I thought, wow, if they can do it, I can do it. I consider myself an athlete. I'm actually part of Team Isagenix, which are the athletes of Isagenix. Totally. And I thought, you know what, this is great. And being a nutrition coach, I feel like I need to kind of try everything because when I have clients coming to me and going, okay, well, I'm plant-based. How do I do this? Amazing. We have a plant-based product, right? Well, I'm this, how do I do this? Or I have this issue, right? And so doing that, I just completely cut the meat out, that's all we ate were vegetables. But here's what I discovered doing that. Not only vegetables did we eat. What I discovered doing that was I was really struggling finding a good quality protein to put in my body because in my mind, for all of these years that I have been alive, in my mind, it's animal protein that our bodies are supposed to give us that lean muscle and so on and so forth, and our energy. And so many people think, well, you have to have your carbohydrates because that's your energy. Okay, well, anyway, so when I was about 3/4 of the way through this, so we were about 10 months into it, and I was really struggling. I was having a hard time finding, so I had been, because I was a competitor, I had been about 12 years of no processed, prepackaged white sugar dairy, alcohol. I did / drink. I love to have a Bloody Mary and maybe a beer on the weekends. We live in paradise, right? So it gets hot. You got to have a beer once in a while. So as I am, I lost my train of thought.
You were just saying how, you know, you basically cut out anything.
Oh, yeah. So I found myself going back to processed prepackaged foods because that was the only way that and everyone's talking about, okay, well, you're going to get your protein from beans. I'm like, no, beans are a carbohydrate. No, that's where your protein is. No, it's not. It's all carbohydrates. Like there's protein in there, but it's not a protein. Right. And so part of what I do in my coaching and training is teaching people how to read labels. What it has the most of is what it is in your macros, right? So as I'm reading these labels, I'm like, this is so skewed. this is so messed up.
Right.
And so when I actually had a mentor phone call with Lenny about the business side of things again in December, and he's like, Barbie, you got to get in on this. Like, I'm not even like, he was like, we call it JOM, JOOM, jacked out of my mind. He's like, I am so JOM about this. Like, you have to. So he invited me into the group. I did my research. Of course, I knew who you and Crystal were anyway. And then I started watching. I see Jesse in there and all this amazing stuff. And I'm like, dude, I've been missing out. But not only that, I was having massive gut issues. It didn't matter if it was, I could have one shake in the morning. Yeah. And that's it. If I had my afternoon one, I was in the bathroom. If I had a salad, I was in the bathroom. If I had meat, I was in it. Well, not I didn't eat meat, but like meat, I was in, like, it didn't matter. But my stomach was like I was 6 months pregnant. Yep. All the time. And so when he introduced me to this, and I told my husband, and my husband he doesn't do whatever I say. Let's be real here. When it comes to food, I'm a cook. I also have a cooking show called Barbie's Bites, and I just wrote a cookbook.
Wait, stop. Okay, let's tell everybody about it. You have a cooking show. What is it?
I do. It's called Barbie's Bites. I do it sometimes live on my own personal page, but I also have, the name of my business is called Rock Your Age.
Okay. So
I have a group that you can join. It's free.
Okay.
Rock Your Age, and Rock Your Age hashtag, it's a lifestyle, because I believe no matter what age we are, we can rock your age. I am 61. I have a 9-year-old granddaughter, an 18-month-old granddaughter, and that's my passion is my 2 girls and my daughter, of course, but being able to just roll around on the floor with them and play with them, I have to be in the best shape of my life. So I'm a 7-dayer in the gym. I am a lean and clean fat burning machine, although I thought I was that when I was doing plant-based as well. But I'll tell you, when I was introduced, I know this isn't the Barbie show here, but when I was introduced to ER Shred back in January, I was a little skeptical because, one, I hadn't eaten red meat in 12 years. So I was a little afraid of that. 12 years, because I was told, and when I went through school for nutrition, most of my educators in there are vegan, and which I didn't go that direction, but most of them were vegan. And so that's a little bit of the underlying, actually a lot of the underlying, but I didn't fall for that because I knew better than that, being a competitor. And to me, it was just common sense that you just can't live that lifestyle. And I started feeling myself was just kind of that hollow individual, where I even went to the doctor. I'm like, something is wrong with me, because I don't have any energy, and I'm eating all of these amazing foods, right? But I have no energy, and I cannot build freaking muscle to save my soul. So we're checking my testosterone, we're doing that, we're doing the estrogen, and like, we're ready to do hormone replacement therapy. And one of the reasons actually that I stopped eating meat was because my doctor wanted to put me on hormone replacement therapy. And I thought, well, wait a minute, I'm putting meat in my body, and that's injected with hormones, and that's changing my DNA. So I'm just going to stop doing that and just eat the vegetables. And I'm not a fruit eater, but just eat the vegetables and, all the other stuff except the meat.
Can we pause there? I'm not much of a fruit eater either. I eat some banana if I'm going to do like a massive workout or a massive leg day. I'll have like a banana, because one time I cramped up severely, and Jesse's like, have a banana before you go do that kind of a workout, because it was one of those 2.5-hour beast workouts.
Right.
But beyond that, I really don't ever need additional carbohydrate before I work out. I don't need it. And I freaking work out like an animal. I mean, I look around and I'm like, there isn't anybody at the gym that works out like me. They're all going slow. They all look sluggish, and I just jam so hard. Yeah. And I didn't used to be like that. I used to be that guy that would sit on the bench and fiddle on my phone. You know what I mean? So give me an idea. What unfolded for you on your first ER Shred?
Wow. What unfolded for me?
By the way, you're going to have to be on the Shred Your Body call. I'm just going to put that out there. Okay. Jesse will totally dig that, because I didn't know all of this about you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So, yes, I'd be honored.
That'd be awesome.
So what unfolded for me? Well, I was pleasantly surprised that my body loved red meat, loved it with butter and eggs and bacon, because those are my favorite foods. And you guys, when we tell people,
I love how proud you are. I love how proud you are.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, when there are teeth in our mouth, certain teeth in our mouth for a reason. You guys do understand that, right? Yeah. This isn't just about putting something in and building here. There's teeth in our mouth for a reason. There's certain ones in there that belong for us to chew. And we have to exercise those muscles in our jaws. And yeah, so anyway, that's a whole nother. What unfolded for me was the amazing energy that I had. And while I lost 9.9 pounds in my first 11 days. Okay. And then I just continued on and on. You know, just like 11 years ago when I started with, thank you, Susan. 11 years ago when I started with Isagenix, like I've done a 30-day ever since I started. Like I just continue to do 30. Hi, Crystal. I just continue to do a 30-day. And when people say, well, so what do I do after I hit my goal? Well, you set another goal. Well, I know, but you know, it's a weight loss, but this isn't about weight loss. This is about energy and muscle gain and mental clarity and your focus. And so anytime I coach women, but when I coach them, it's like, when I get you from where you want to be, or from where you are to where you want to be, we just set another goal, because you're never where you want to be. Like be happy where you're at and be grateful that this is where God has put you to be here right now for a reason. But then you move into that next chapter, right? Don't ever shut the book and say, I'm done with this one. You go into the next chapter, and then the next chapter, and we just keep growing and growing and growing. And that's what I have felt since January, that mentally, like it's tough. You guys, none of this is easy. I'm right now, but you know what, if it's my very first trainer, right before I did a competition, I'm like, damn, this is hard. And she goes, you know what? If it was easy, everybody would do it. Be proud of what you're doing and the decisions that you're making, because that sets you apart from the rest of them. And that's why we do what we do. That's why we do this shred.
Hey, Barbie did you say you're turning 61?
No, I am 60. I am 61. I'll be 62 in May.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, you look amazing.
Thank you.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
Just mad respect, and like you totally represent, you know, a healthy lifestyle. Have you been ER shredding since January?
You know, I've done, no, not the whole entire time. I have done 3 of them. I just completed another one. So I was going to start the one that you guys are in right now. Yep. On Monday, and I didn't start that one with you guys, but yes, I've done 3. I'll start a 4th one, but yeah, what, in all honesty, I do all of it except my husband charters our boat. So he's a captain. And so we're out on the water a lot. And honestly, that's the only part that would really even keep me from doing a 75 hard. If you guys have heard of that, is the alcohol. But I've never been a sugar eater anyway. And that's part of the fruit. Fruit does not like my gut.
Me neither.
And when we have our pyramid of our food, of the government standards of our pyramid, that actually should be flipped upside down. We know that, right? But when you look at the fruit, and they say, you know, they went, I think it was about 4 years ago, they went from, okay, so instead of having 3 servings of fruit, you should have 6 servings of fruit. And I'm like, guys, sugar is sugar. It doesn't matter if it's fructose that comes from a piece of fruit. It's still sugar that you're putting in your body. I'm not saying to not have any at all. However, I've been doing the fruits from day one as well. So I do the fruits and the greens, and I don't have to eat fruit. I don't have to put that sugar in my body. Yeah. So it's kind of scary what they tell us of what we should do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fructose in excess can be toxic to the human body. People do not understand 100%. This. You got to be careful. I eat like a small handful of berries here and there. I don't do much fruit because of what it does to my gut. Real quick, what else did you notice, Barbie? You mentioned about your gut health, and did you notice the cravings diminish? Did you notice the gut health improved dramatically versus being vegan?
Yeah. So I've never been one to ever crave anything. I guess I consider myself fortunate because most people that I talk to and that I coach have those cravings. I just have never craved it. Well, I take that back. Salt. I love salt. Anything salty, like peanuts, sunflower seeds. But then I do this and I'm like pink Himalayan sea salt, like shake it in my hand and I lick it. I'm like, yeah. My gut health changed immensely. I was not only the bloat and this is, so Crystal, this is what I love about Crystal had posted something about poop. And I know it's one of the most uncomfortable things to talk about, but we have to.
Yeah.
We do. And you guys, gut health affects our brain. It affects our whole entire body. It affects inflammation. It affects our joints. It affects our thoughts. Like when we have an icky tummy, there's nothing, that's all we think about. That's all we think about is how bloated I feel, how fat I feel, how gross I feel, how icky I feel. And you know, even eating all those fruits and vegetables, not fruits, but all those vegetables, I still wasn't going to the bathroom on a regular basis. And that's like, guys, if you are not going, Dr. Oz says it should be in an S form every single morning at the same time. And you can do that 2 to 3 times a day and still be normal and healthy. But mine wasn't like that. And so when Crystal addressed that, I'm like, I'm getting on board with this because that's one of the very first things that I ask my customers and clients when I coach them is, how is your gut health? Are you regular? And when they say regular, before I started Isagenix, you guys, I was maybe once every 5 days. 5 to 7 days I was going to the bathroom.
Boy, did you notice? Did you notice the incubation made a big difference for you?
So I had been plant-based from day one, even with the shakes, because when I started competing, I was no processed, prepackaged, white sugar, dairy. I had removed all dairy 12 years ago.
Right.
And so I hadn't done any dairy at all for 12 years before I started. So I was even doing the plant-based Isagenix shakes.
Yeah.
So that was the other thing when Lenny's like, well, you have to do it with the Isoline Pro. I'm like, oh God, it just doesn't. But what wasn't doing well with my body was the Isoline, but I could always do the Isoline Pro, but I couldn't do the regular Isoline. Even if I mixed a scoop of Isopro in there, it didn't work. It had to be the Isoline Pro. The incubation was amazing. Although it was much thicker than my plant-based, I was used to drinking that as like a glass of chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Which is good. So it's a little bit, the consistency was a little bit thicker, but yes, I could drink it. And an hour later, I'm like, oh my God, I still have a flat tummy. This feels great. And I don't feel like I'm bloated or I need to run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was huge for me was the incubation.
So happy, you know, it's, if you could be a fly on the wall in our house, this was what you might hear. Sean, come here. Why, what's up? Sean, you got to see this. Well, I thought you said you were going to the bathroom. I did. Come see this. I don't want to see it. No, Sean, this is really good. Like, this is good stuff. You got to see this. This is like perfection. Honey, I can't look at that. I don't want to see that. That's
not even look. I'm like, please, like, just look. I'm so proud of you.
No, it ain't gonna happen. I'm proud of her too. But that ain't gonna happen.
He never looks.
Yeah. You just got to sneak a picture in there then.
I'll just text it to him. He'll have to see it.
He would have to look at it. Like,
we're going to have to move on to the next testimonial.
Yeah, of course.
I really want you to do a Shred Your Body call with Jessie. I hope you guys will connect on that because I think our community would benefit greatly from that.
Thank
and
you.
I also want to invite you, ER Shred is kind of this cool melting pot of all of our unique gifts and talents and expertise and knowledge. And I just, sometimes I think people feel like, I don't want to overstep my bounds. I don't want to be in there, doing things without permission, but I just want to make sure that you feel comfortable. It's just right here. I don't know what's going on, but I want you to feel comfortable bringing that expertise and that knowledge and bringing it all to the table so that we can benefit from.
I would be honored. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I mean that sincerely.
Thanks.
It's a collaboration if you haven't noticed already.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're grateful for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you be to refer ER Shred to other people?
Oh, Lord, really? Yes. a 20.
Oh,
For sure.
that's a good
And
one.
Susan, I just want to give a shout out to Susan because she's so amazing. You guys have seen her do her theatrical stuff, and she's just so incredible. But listen, Susan is a nurse,
Yeah.
and she is one of the most amazing women I have ever met. She is a plethora of knowledge when it comes to your body. And listen, not all healthcare professionals are like that. They often believe in what the book, so they're more text. She's not. She's more in what she feels of her body. And she's an empath. So she takes on what other people feel, and she's very sensitive to that. And I'm just so proud of you, Susan. And thank you for recommending me to them to come on tonight's call and share this. But I just really have to shout out Susan. You guys see a lot of her. I know you do. She's quirky, she's goofy, she's funny, but she is one of the most loving, incredible human beings you will ever meet. So she saw me do a post about the ER shred, and actually I think I sent her a message because she actually joined me a number of years ago in Isagenix, and I sent her a message and I said, hey, come back, come do this ER shred with me. I think you'd love it. Right. And she did. And here she is, down 40. Susan, maybe you can unmute just really quick.
Susan is legend in ER shred.
She is. I know. I see her in there all the time.
Yes. Guys, well, yeah, I mean, the shred will hit my 40, but happily 32 pounds down. But yeah, so you guys, and I apologize for some of the ruckus. My sister just lost 105 pounds. This is her first, I'm like so emotional today because this is her first day buying a size small, and her and I are here at the Mall of America, and we're like spending money. So I apologize, but she is just, I'm so proud of this.
Oh, that's so cool.
So proud of her. So, and that's why I do what I do, because she doesn't even know how beautiful she is. And she's always worn big clothes. Like, everything you're getting is fitted, lady. And she's like, really, how does this look? Are you sure? It's like, so we're having fun. So I apologize. And Barbie, I cannot thank you enough for coming on tonight. Your words, I wanted to hear you talk. And Sean, I know it's been a crazy last week and a half or so for you guys. And so just blessed for you guys in the community. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Love you, Susan. Thank
you,
you.
Susan.
Yeah.
Oh man, guys, it's the we got the ER shred feel goods going on up in here.
Thank you.
So much.
It was an honor to share tonight. Thank you.
Well, we'll be seeing more of you, I hope, and
sure.
And we'll be learning more from you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that would be my hope. Thank you, Barbara. Okay. Next up, we have an update. If Alex, I'm going to try to say this name because Amy told me how to say it, and I want to make sure I get it right. Don't say it. Is it Abramitis?
It is, yep.
Yeah. Alex, I love the updates, Alex. I really do love the updates. They're so meaningful to me. How long have you been with ER Shred now?
Amy and I started May 15th.
May 15th. So what does that
So
put you
just
at?
a few months.
About 4 months now.
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
months now. And
Yeah,
I think you're gonna knock people off their socks. For people that haven't seen your before and after picture. Hey, real quick, by the way, 2 things. Just hang tight. 2 things. Everybody go look up Barbara Bush's post from January. Go search for her post. You're gonna love it. Everybody go look up Alex Abramitis, his post of his pictures. You might need to look up just Abramitis. How do you spell that?
Abramajtys.
Okay, so guys, look it up. Someone type that in the chat, or it's in the chat. ABRA.
It's in the corner there by my name.
Thank you. But everybody needs to see your before and after picture before we drop your results on everybody. Also, I just realized I failed to mention that we recognized 3 more ER Shred, Heart of ER Shred award winners. That award is named after Mimi Terrell, and those were Bonnie Perkins, as well as Tara Cooper, as well as Brad C. And I just have to give them massive shout out that we love you so much. The board nominated you, picked you, and you don't realize how much you mean to us. You'll never know how much you mean to us. And it's very special. So I just want to make sure we acknowledge that. So now let's drop it on them, Alex. What was how you doing? What's the latest and greatest with you?
So yeah, like I said, we started mid-May, so a little over 3 months now, and I'm down 50 pounds, and my wife Amy is down 30 pounds.
Yep.
So we've had awesome results, just amazing. But I mean, really, the weight loss is great, but it's definitely not the whole story. The increase in energy and just what we can do, and all of the things that we're more able to do now, are really a massive part of the whole thing. I mean, we just so Don Drury is somebody that I've known for a few years, and he's always talked about this stuff that he does, and so he finally got us to sign up for it, and we're like, all right, we'll give it a try. And so my first 11-day shred, I lost 21 pounds. It was pretty huge, and it's when you have that kind of difference, and like I started waking up early in the morning. I had a ton of energy. I was doing stuff. Amy actually said to me one day, I think we were certainly 5 days in, but maybe 6 days in. She's like, who are you? Like, what? Because I've always been like the type of guy, like, I'll sleep in if I don't have anything to do. I'll sleep in until 9-10 o'clock, no problem. And I was like wide awake at 7 a.m. every morning, and sometimes earlier, and like just had a ton of energy, a ton of stuff to do, and really just having a lot of fun.
Yeah. You've gotten physically active, haven't you?
What's that?
You've gotten pretty physically active, haven't you?
Yeah. So us and our son, we about a month ago started doing boxing 3 times a week. So we've started doing a lot of boxing, and that's been a lot of fun. Obviously adding, like, for the first couple of months, I really had not added exercise in. I was just like, I was more active. Like, I would go for a walk here and there. I would do more stuff, but I wasn't like going to the gym.
Yeah.
And so then we started going to the gym regularly, and then that's been, just a massive change right there. But yeah, that's it's
what do you
interesting
do
to see, like, how that shred changes a little bit, like how your needs change when you start going to the gym, because all of a sudden those days, like you're hungrier, and because you're burning all that extra energy, and so you're like, okay, well, I guess today I'm gonna have a couple of hard-boiled eggs, or I'm gonna have that extra strip of bacon or whatever on gym days, just to kind of keep myself going.
Sure.
But yeah, we've had incredible results. I guess, like, a really big thing for me has been, just being able to use the 11-day shred and then some time in between, and like gain control. That control is just amazing. Like, it feels so good to know, okay, so I hit the scale and I'm up a pound, no big deal. I don't sweat it anymore. I don't worry about it. I just, I know that whatever, I can start a shred in 3 days, and I'll lose that pound plus another 7 or 8. So.
Have you noticed any other non-scale victories over the last 4 months, you or with your wife?
Well, so yeah, I mean, there's been lots of them. The other morning, we were in the bathroom, and I was in front of the mirror, and I'm like, "Look, honey, I'm getting an ab."
I got one.
Oh man, I love your sense of humor.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that's been fun, and then the past week or so, like I've noticed, on my sides, like actually getting some definition, and so that's been a lot of fun to just
That's awesome.
see that type of stuff come out.
Where are you guys based out of? Just so that I can remember.
What's up?
Where are you guys based out of? Where do you live?
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah, Grand Rapids, Michigan. And what do you guys do for a living?
I'm actually a real estate broker.
Cool.
So
Very
yeah,
cool.
so I spend a lot of time in a car and behind a desk.
Man, I'm I've watched your journey, and I'm so grateful, and I love all of Amy's posts. She's got a great sense of humor as well.
She does. She's awesome. And she's really been getting into it. And we've had, I obviously when you post stuff about losing 50 pounds or losing 30 pounds, people just start coming out of the woodwork. And so like friends are asking like, what are you guys doing? What are you, what's going on? And so, Amy has quite a few people that we've, gotten set up with it. So,
Amy,
that's great.
Amy's got, she's got that it factor. I don't know if this is something that, she really needs to do or wants to do, but she does have that. Like I see that in people. You got to realize I've been around this kind of thing for 20 years. She has that going on, and the two of you together, just dynamite.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got something there. I mean, I married her, so, there was something that I saw, too.
Well, hey, Alex, man, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
We're so grateful that you took the time. We're so grateful that you could give people an update so that, it's pretty important that people understand this isn't a diet. This isn't some quick fix things. I like the word you said, which was control. And I would add, what does control equal? Control equals freedom.
Yeah. It's the other thing that I just wanted to mention real quick is, we had kind of tried other things in the past, and I have, in terms of gut health, like I have a pretty bad reaction to artificial sweeteners.
Yeah.
Artificial sweeteners are just rough on me. And so I haven't been able, in the past, I haven't been able to do a lot of the diets because they're so heavy on artificial sweeteners. And like I needed to have like actual sweetener. And so I was a little bit skeptical. I've even had some issues with stevia in the past. And so the stevia in there concerned me a little bit, but I have not had any problems with it at all.
You and I are the same. You and I are the same. And I've noticed that if a product has too much stevia, it'll hit me. Mm-hmm. And with that hydrate, I think that they probably they hit the sweet spot on that one because I do really well on it.
Yeah.
Believe me, if it had a negative effect on me, I've used myself, Jesse, myself, Susan, we've used ourselves as guinea pigs, so to speak. And if we had a bad response with anything, it wouldn't be in the protocol.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
I will not have anything in the protocol that I don't use. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. I haven't had any issues with any of the products at all. Like they've been great. So.
Congratulations, man. I really appreciate you. I love your guys' energy. I just want you to know that you're appreciated, that I hope we get to meet in person one day because I really love your guys' energy.
Definitely. So yeah, thanks so much for having me on.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. All right. Next up, we have Bethany Johnson Jorgensen. Are you out there, Bethany?
Hi.
Okay, for some reason I can't hear you. Hey, Bethany, try to mute yourself and unmute again. I think it's your microphone. Did you give your computer permission to access your microphone? Give that a look, maybe call back in. And when you log in, it might say permission to use your microphone and just click yes. And then I'll come back to you after the next person. Can anyone else out there hear Bethany? No. Oh, Susan, you can hear her? Susan, you're not a okay. Look at how beautiful Susan is.
I know. We love you, Susan.
Okay, let's try Sharon and Bethany. I hope you can come back on. I hope it works because I'm really excited to hear from you. Sharon Peterson Templin.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Look at
See?
you. You're in that frigid cold and you don't even have a coat. What are you?
I'm in Minnesota as well, so it's
Oh,
very
cool.
entertaining to see people shopping at MOA. I mean, Mall of America. We just call it MOA.
Moa, fun. Oh my gosh, this is fun.
Yeah.
So give us an idea. I believe, who was the one that shared ER Shred with you?
I think actually Jesse came to one of the Experience Isagenix health talks with Nicholas Stouter and Mary Evans and
yeah.
Shirley, Shirley's on the call tonight too. And I was really impressed. I have I know I probably don't have a huge amount of time, but
I gotta give a shout out to Jesse.
Exactly. I was really impressed with his energy and just the fact that it just kind of like tied everything together. And then I saw Sean's message and I'm like, oh wow, he just kind of told my story. I started with Isagenix in 2013.
Wait, hold on one sec. I want to make a point to get to know people better on these calls. So what do you do for a living?
So if you can't tell by the beanie with the propeller on the top, I am a software engineer.
Oh, cool.
I work with software teams. I do like a lot of data analytics and stuff. So that means that I sit a lot, and that, that actually doesn't really suit me because like this is actually a river in Montana, and I'd just rather be skiing or riding my horse or cycling or anything like that.
Kristen, who's that? Me.
Yeah,
I don't
for sure.
I don't want to work. I
All
just
day,
want
every day. He just wants to be outside in nature, recreating.
and there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
So real quick, I just wanted to also say thank you to Mary Evans and Nicola because they're amazing, and for them introducing. We wouldn't know you otherwise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you've been with Isagenix for how long now?
Since 2013, so about 8 years.
Excellent.
Yep. And initially I had fantastic success with like just doing the cleanses, and I'm like, woohoo, look at this, and you kind of reach a certain point in life, and it kind of just stopped working for me, and it didn't matter. I kind of like came back up again, and the cleanses made me feel good, but I couldn't take off any of the weight. And so my dad was diabetic, and my mom actually had Alzheimer's, which they call like a type 3 diabetes. And I'm just like, I'm bound to determine, like, I am still going to be skiing when I'm 90. I'm still going to be golfing. I'm still going to be riding my horse. Like I have plans. I have things I want to do. And I don't want to, I watched my dad go through late stages of diabetes, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Like, they try to regulate the blood sugar, and either it's too low or it's too high, or it's too low or it's too high. And so you're always like, more insulin. Oh, I need a candy bar, or I need some orange juice, or I need more insulin. And the longer you're doing that, it's like you're on a road, and the road gets narrower and narrower. And so it becomes much more difficult to regulate. My dad, he broke a jar or something, or a glass in the bathroom, and he got a cut on his foot. And he didn't know about it because he had, peripheral neuropathy. He didn't know about it until he smelled it.
Oh.
And so he ended up with gangrene in his foot, and he ended up having to go into the nursing home so that they could put a wound vacuum on it. And, they got that to heal, but it was just like this slow creeping, and he's an active guy, but it was just a slow creeping thing. So all my life I've been really active. I've been bound to determine, like, I'm not going to live like that. And I ran marathons, and I ran a bunch of marathons, including my favorite one is Pikes Peak Marathon in Colorado for almost 10 years in a row. But the more marathons I ran, the more weight that I gained. Because you got it. Well, you gotta do the carb loading, right? And if you've ever, if you've ever bonked when you're running a marathon, that is like the worst. And so and it's just like, how do you manage this? And nobody ever said, there were a few crazy people that were running these extreme distances and doing some fat loading, but that was brand new. Like nobody was actually really doing that. So, I found Isagenix. I managed to take off, I probably took off like 30 pounds. And it was like, I was like, yeah. And, people are like, whoa, what happened? It's kind of nice. It's, you get that response from people. But like you, Sean, I kind of reached this point where the products weren't working. I loved them, but like I started struggling with dairy and man, I did all of the things. Like the probiotics actually work really well for me, but like incubating the shake was the one thing that really, really helps with that. And then it's like kombucha and you've got kefir and all these other things where you're trying to get those little organisms back inside.
Sure.
Yeah. So
I love, by the way, don't stop, because I love the bird's eye view you're giving us of your journey. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I have done a lot of things. I've worked out, I work out to get ready to go on my ski trips. I'm a flatlander. We go skiing I go with a group of ladies called the Tuesday Wipeouts.
I like that.
You are an ER shredder.
Well, here's the thing is like the Tuesday Wipeouts, like we go out to Colorado and we're from the Midwest. And so we want to get as much time on the hill as we can. Sure. We're out there for 7 nights and we ski 6 days, and we start with like first tracks in the morning and we don't leave until they shut off the lifts. Whoa. 6 days in a row. And awesome. The people in Colorado think we're nuts. Yeah. Well, I was lucky enough to actually plan that trip for a couple of years. And so I had to get everyone's birthdays because I had to get the airline tickets. And being kind of a geek, I looked at my spreadsheet and I realized that literally half of the ladies on the ski trip are in their 70s and their 80s. And those were some of the ladies I couldn't even keep up with. Like, dude, like they get off the lift and they're gone. I'm like, yeah.
I'm digging on it. Anybody says that ER shred is full of older people, just shut your mouth, because they're not old. These are freaking awesome people, man.
I had a 77-year-old retired nurse ski the back bowls of Vail with me for like 6 hours. And finally she's like, Sharon, I'm starting to get a little tired. I'm like, oh good.
Oh my God, I love it. It's such an inspiration for all of us. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, I love finding people like that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get the weight off, and the weight just kept creeping up. And then I had a trainer I was working with at gym, and he's like, you need to try the whole 30. You need to try the whole 30. So I did that. And, for that 30 days, I took off 11 pounds. My husband took off 22, which is so not fair. Because,
yeah.
and that worked really, really well. But it's just like, all the things. And so long story short, it's like when Jesse came on our call and he's all like, okay, so you do the shakes, but you incubate them. And I'm like, I do that. And then he's like, and then you're doing like this elimination diet. And it's like, oh, like that's whole 30, except more restrictive, because now you've got fruits and vegetables. I'm like, okay, I can do that. And then the keto thing. And I'm like, well, I haven't tried that yet, but like just studying about Alzheimer's and stuff, they talk about the fat replacement. And I'm like,
oh, this is cool. What did you learn about fat replacement? Tell me.
Your brain is 60% fat.
Okay.
And if you don't have enough fat in your diet, then you wonder why so many people are getting Alzheimer's.
Gosh.
Yeah. So I'm like,
is this the reason why? Is this one of the reasons that I literally felt like my brain, it just like what I said was, it felt like my brain just went poof. It was all the fog was gone. Bob Sivright said it felt like someone went in with a toothbrush and cleaned out the inside of his skull.
Yeah.
Woo! I love it.
Yeah. So I just,
did you feel that? Did you come alive? Did you ever notice that feeling?
Yeah, I got to tell you, the first 3 or 4 days I was a little foggy, and then after that it got better. So I promised you a spreadsheet, Sean.
Yeah, you did. In true geek fashion, you did.
Well, I love that kind of stuff. Spreadsheets, yes, I'm all for that.
Well, I decided I was going to weigh myself every day, and then I'd like take all the body measurements like at the beginning and the start of a shred. Now I started on August 17th.
Hold on one sec. I'm going to mute Amy and Alex.
There you go.
Okay.
I started on August 17th, so I'm not even a full month in yet.
Yeah.
So I've completed 2 shreds.
Mhm.
And so my first shred, I was down 11.4 pounds in 11 days, and I lost 16.5 inches.
Oh my gosh.
So then when I finished my second shred, I total was down 12.6 pounds, but the inches lost were 23.75.
Mercy.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Mercy.
and you know, just for the record,
This is a person, I just want to say, this is a person who, based on what you've told us so far, you are very active. You do try to eat very healthy, and you still have that significant of a result. In the chat, I just want to say that our chief shreducator, Heather Seeka-Leonard, she has said specifically to you, Sharon, I totally nerd out over spreadsheets.
No, that's
we can
not
hang
what-
out. We can totally hang out.
So were you just shocked?
I just feel fantastic.
Yeah.
I just feel fantastic.
Yeah.
I just, you know, and I had a high school reunion this last weekend, and it was a big number, and I feel great in my clothes. So
Hey man, no disclosure necessary, but hey, I bet that was kind of fun to go to that reunion feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
oh,
that is-
absolutely, absolutely. And it's, you know, we're actually at that point where we really don't care anymore, but you still feel pretty good about
My
that.
dad always joked in his presentations. He says, you go to your high school reunion, you look over there, you look over at Amy. Amy, you haven't seen Amy in 40 years. Oh my gosh, look at her. I don't even recognize her, but what you don't realize is Amy's saying the same thing about you.
Exactly.
Oh man, I'm so happy for you. Did you notice any other non-scale victories for you?
My sleeping super soundly, and it's very restful sleep, and it's like, you know, deep dreams. Like that's really nice. And I just feel a sense of well-being. I'd get up in the morning and I get like little cramps in my feet, and I'm like, and all of those little aches and pains have just kind of like vanished.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, one of our trees fell across our neighbor's driveway yesterday, and I helped my husband buck up the tree and, you know, like hauled it all out of there. And it's just like, I got up this morning and I should have had like a super stiff back, and I'm like, oh, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. So yeah, no, this is
So cool. I
Rock
love that.
on your share tonight. Thank you so much.
oh, you're very welcome.
Wonderful share. I wanted to just invite you to continue to play in the group, please, because you just don't realize the people you're touching. Everybody out there that's watching, you know, we have a podcast, we've got a YouTube channel. So many people will see this. Actually, thousands of people will eventually see this. And guys, I want to say that you guys are real life superheroes to me. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. I watch Susan. Susan just happens to be in my pain here while I
We can
talk.
see her.
And I watch Susan, this wellness warrior, you know, this hero, and I see every time she watches people share, I can almost see like Susan's countenance, it like shines. And I keep looking at you, Susan, because every time there's a result that speaks to you, Susan, because I know the kind of work you do, I notice your countenance. I mean, I believe in all that vibrational energy and everything. And it's like you're all of a sudden my eyes go straight to Susan, and Susan is just
Like,
lit
lights
up. So
I
anyway,
noticed that too.
what do you think about our community real quick?
I absolutely love the community. Like I think I posted like during the first week, everyone was talking about snacking on butter, and I'm like, I've found my tribe.
No.
Did you do a butter
Yeah.
shot with us?
I missed that, but
Oh, you
I
didn't, you
will
didn't
do
miss
it.
it. There's no like deadline. You go do, you can do
You
that.
just do
You
it
just
and
do it and videotape
video
it.
and share it.
I'm in. I'm totally in. I'm totally in. I love you. I love you guys. You guys are still pursuing life with this sense of passion that I want to hang out with. Like that's why I love Shirley so much. Shirley and her husband like are just wild people that are out in the wilderness all of the time. And I just want to be them because
Yeah.
because not only that, but Shirley's also like a kick-ass Zumba instructor, and you got to catch her videos because she's amazing.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
good. Very
yeah.
good. Well, hey,
So
thank you
happy
for
to be
being
here.
on.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And your share was just wonderful. We're going to go to our last share of the night. And I want to say to Mimi, I'm sorry that we didn't have time tonight for an update from you. That's our Heart of ER Shred, because we only have time for one more. And then we're going to allow Jesse to close this out. But Mimi, I just can't express enough how much we adore you.
We love you, Mimi.
And so
Next week for sure.
yeah, well, hopefully, I mean, here's the thing, the new shares have a precedent, but we will put Mimi on tap for next week for an update. That's a good idea.
Yes.
Mimi, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I got you here, Mimi. All right, now the last one, if Bethany Johnson Jorgensen can be heard.
I switched to my phone. Can you hear me?
Oh, awesome. Yes.
You did it. You did it. And you posted the coolest picture in the group. Mad respect. And your result is mind-boggling. Everybody go look up that picture. Hey, where are you calling from?
I'm in Ames, Iowa.
Ames, Iowa. And what is it that you do for a living?
I am the HR director for our local government here for the city.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. And what are you, I just want to get to know people better. What are you most passionate about?
My family, honestly. I have a 7-year-old, and so he's loads and loads of fun. So
We have a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
loads of fun, huh?
Yeah.
Loads and loads and loads
we
of
love
fun.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the funnest. In fact, I drove him to school this morning and he had this cute little look on his face and he was giggling about something. And I thought, you know why having children is good for me is because I think I need to relive life through him, because otherwise I just get too bored and
Caught up in
jaded and
yeah, jaded.
like I just
the
love
innocence.
living through his eyes
Yeah.
and how excited he gets about the funniest things.
Yeah.
So give us an idea, who introduced you to the ER Shred?
Lisa Lupo.
Oh man, she's awesome.
I know. I've known her for years. I used to work with her sister in Montana. So I met her in Montana, geez, like 8 or 9 years ago. So we've just kind of kept in touch over the years. And so she was posting about this cool thing she was doing. And I was like, all right, tell me all about it. I've been with Isagenix since 2015.
Okay.
And I couldn't tolerate the shakes. I couldn't do it. And so I was
Neither
trying
could
different-
I. You weren't alone. Neither could I.
Yeah. So I had just kind of gotten to this place where it's like, well, maybe there's nothing that can be done. Maybe there isn't anything that will work for me. And maybe I just need to be happy with, who I am, where I am, how I am. And then Lisa, who is, already so fit, was posting amazing results. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. I'm going to try it. And when she told me it was the whey-based shakes, I was like, I don't know. I probably can't do this, but I'm going to give it a try. And it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous that I've had zero issues with incubated shakes whatsoever. I haven't had any dairy in years. I haven't had a whey-based shake ever. So it's remarkable.
It's so meaningful to us that we gave an award, which is about the best. I hope people value these awards, because I just hope people understand how meaningful they are to us. It's more than words. And we gave the Innovator Award to Peter Greenlaw, because without Peter, I would never even learned about incubation of the shake.
Mhm.
And without Bob, Steve Wright pressing on me, being so persistent. Bob, thank you.
Mhm.
But congratulations for that. What a gift.
Yeah, it has been amazing.
Yeah.
So I just started my third shred
Yeah.
this week to be part of the group shred. So
And everybody's on their first cleanse day today.
Mhm.
So that's pretty awesome. How are you
Yep.
feeling?
Awesome.
Good.
Yep. Little
Good.
hungry, but feel
Yeah,
good.
that's
Otherwise,
normal.
Yeah.
Take more bone broth. I tell people, you tell me you're hungry, I want you to eat bone broth. And they're like, how many of them? As many as it takes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yep.
Yeah. So give us an idea, what have your results been thus far?
So after 2 shreds, I had lost 15.5 pounds
Cool.
and 15.5 inches. And I get emotional talking about it, honestly.
Dude.
So I have been in just like in moving up trajectory for the last 3 years, and so much inflammation. So I just never thought that I can do something different. I've done.
Girl, you're giving me goosebumps over here.
Sorry.
Look at this face. I'm going to take a picture of that Susan Rothman just beaming.
Just every part of me was swollen. It has been for years.
Mimi she made a song. Oh, look at all the puffy people. I'm telling you, everywhere I go now, I just feel like I could help them.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, can I interrupt a moment?
Yes.
This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Lives changing. And it makes me very emotional too. If you change the whole trajectory of your life, baby, you know it. You
Feels
know
like
it.
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Rock on.
Yeah,
Shred on.
Shred on.
Yeah. So it's hard to describe, but I feel like I posted the other day that I was expecting some physical changes because I was changing the way I was eating. I made some changes there. So I was expecting some physical changes. I was expecting it to feel really hard. I was expecting to be grumpy as I was kind of making some of these dietary changes. I was not expecting to have a totally changed outlook. I was not expecting to not care about what I wasn't eating. I was expecting to do that. I've always been a very emotional eater. And so if I was feeling stressed, and my life is stress, I'm telling you. So when I'm feeling stressed or down or frustrated, it would just be the simplest thing to go and just get something to put creme in my pie hole. And I'm not doing that. And I'm not feeling like it's because I have more willpower. I just don't want it.
Yeah.
It's not interesting to me, and I can do something else. And so that's what I wasn't expecting. And I think that is what is causing the most emotion when I talk about it, because yes, I'm seeing these really positive physical changes, and I expect to see more of that as time passes. I am shocked at how much my body has physically changed. Of course, in such a short period of time, I'm shocked. Yeah. But I just wasn't expecting to feel so good. I wasn't expecting to not have any digestive issues. I wasn't expecting to feel just a little bit happier all the time. I just wasn't expecting that. And so that's the most remarkable piece of this. And I could blab on for hours about it just because I'm just so excited.
I could actually sit and listen to you blab on for hours about it.
I know. I love it.
I've got to tell you, it doesn't feel as though you're blabbing on at all. It feels as though the emotion is very real.
And every part of it resonates with me, especially the willpower thing, because, we're both about 40, And this is the first time in my life where I've realized that it doesn't always require willpower. I thought like, oh, I just don't have the willpower to do those things long term. But now that we've both been doing this, for about over a year now, it's just like, that's like impossible. Like you can't do that on willpower. That doesn't work on willpower for an entire year.
14 months now.
Yeah. That's amazing. I'm 43 next week, and I've been on a diet since I was 10, So this doesn't feel like I'm on a diet. It's so much, it's different. It's just different.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I just want to just one more thing. Did you ever have that moment where you felt alive? Did you ever have that?
Yeah. It wasn't on day 5.
Hey, that's okay. We want to know.
Yeah. I was disappointed. I was hoping it would.
You're like, damn you, Lenny Evans.
I think it was after, it was on day 3 of shred number 2 is when I really started feeling really, really good.
That's good to know for a lot of people too. Like, don't expect that it has to happen on day 5. Like, it could take the second shred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. Have you noticed anything? We haven't talked a lot tonight about the just the mental clarity aspect. Did you notice anything around that?
Yes. Yeah. It's one of those things where I guess I hadn't put a name on that until I was listening to some of the other conversations tonight. But I felt foggy. I just like so hard to focus at work. I felt like it took me twice as long to do anything because I had to like just really work hard to concentrate all the time. I'm like, what in the world is wrong with me? I can't even focus. And it occurred to me just as we were as I was listening to the previous conversations that, oh my gosh, I haven't felt like that in a while. In a couple of weeks, I have not felt like that. I felt like I'm way more productive where I can think. I'm not stumbling to get to a thought. Right. And so the fog has lifted. I can't tell you what day that happened, but I just kind of realized it's gone.
So cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. You're also a real life superhero. We mean it. We actually mean it because not everybody is willing to come on and put them. This is a vulnerable environment, right?
Yeah.
And you're here and you're showing up and you're basically saying, guys, this has really helped me. And I want to share that forward. I want other people to benefit from this. You know what? I just want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having such a great community. Thanks for starting this, and thanks for inviting me to be a participant. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bethany.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, you guys. Wow, what a call.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Wow. Just what I feel so full. I feel so uplifted and I feel so full. And Lenny, I'm just teasing about that day 5 thing. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even have the phrase come alive.
Yeah, I love it.
And Lenny, I know you're watching out there on Facebook, and I just want to express my love for you because my goodness, you made a
Sean?
Yes.
Hi there.
Hi, Connie.
Quick question. What's Brittany's last name? We'd love to find her in the group.
Did you mean Bethany?
Bethany, yes.
Bethany.
Yeah, what's your last name, Bethany?
Bethany Johnson Jorgensen.
Okay.
Thank
Bethany
you.
You're welcome. Love you guys. Thanks for being on with us every time. You guys always show up. Connie, thank you, Connie, for always posting the calls as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Love
gonna.
it.
Do you want to just introduce Jesse? Jesse is just going to take a minute and kind of send us off tonight and just share how he felt about all these shares.
Yes, we're gonna turn the time over to Jesse James Jamnick, our ER Shred ambassador, and also
Sorry, I just remembered Bob Sivright's call tomorrow night is with Colin Greenlaw. It is about sharing the ER Shred forward with other people. If that interests you, if that's a passion of yours to share ER Shred with other people, if you'd like to consider that, then his call will be tomorrow night. And you could actually watch that shreddersunite.com at 5 p.m. Pacific, and that's 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. And I did want to just remind you all that we do have the podcast, because I know that Jesse's been doing, we know that Jesse's been doing his Tuesday night calls and interviews with different people in our community, and we don't want anybody to miss those because they're amazing. So I know that we all can't make it on, at the live.
I miss them because of soccer, and then I listen to the podcast while I work out. So.
And it's nice too with the podcast because you can listen to it in like 1.5 times. So if you're short on time, you can listen to it and speed it up just a little bit. So that's the one thing I love about the podcast. But just wanted to remind you all to go back and listen. We've been trying to upload all the previous interviews, from a lot of them from Jesse. So go listen to those. And we're just going to go ahead and turn the time over to Jesse James Jamnick.
Unless he's out refinishing some door or
he's like, I'm out.
whatever he's doing.
Listen, the knob is in my hand. Finishing touches. I'm like, I got the AirPods in tonight. I'm running around. I'm like jumping up and down in different rooms. I'm like, did I turn the switch off before I put the new light up?
I can imagine you getting excited and punching a wall like, yes.
The amount of work that just went into doing, I don't want to punch any wall right now. So we'll throw something outside. We'll chop an axe. We'll do something like that. But, it's so cool because over the journey of so many years, right, of looking at food and health and chasing this imaginary thing that I thought I needed to be or wanted to be, that I feel that so many people get trapped in, Sean, Crystal. I know you guys have kind of felt that way in different things and stuff, but we get trapped in these things. And listening to people share tonight, I mean, what else can you say? The difference in lives, the difference in relationships, the difference in personal, self-love with people that people have with each other, the happiness that's coming back. People are feeling like humans, and it's the coolest thing, and we can talk about the science and we can talk about all that mumbo jumbo, but what packs the punch is listening to people like this. And I got to share with you, as we do this more and more, I shared with Susan last night, going into 42, really feeling like this year out of every year has been like that time that I've been able to shed all that past shell and be so excited and so proud. And I'm so thankful for every person. And you two are part of that same circle that I shared with Susan last night. And I'll just take the opportunity to tell you two as well. But it's so meaningful. And I'm so honored that we can share that with so many people now. Like, we can give that gift of just pure health, which creates happiness, which creates better people. And that circle that, whether it spreads to millions that we want it to, or it's just the inner circle and we can be selfish, it's made my life a better place. I know it's made so many other people's a better place. And the coolest thing is that it's nothing crazy, right? It's nothing wonky. It's nothing that is, overcomplicating the process. Like, it's the ancestral way, using common sense combined with 21st century research and science, and being really picky on supplementation and really picky on, where the boundaries lie, because we know just how amazing it will be for so many people. We don't know what path they need to take, Sean, but we know that as a human being, we function the same way. Our cells are designed to function. Our DNA hasn't changed forever. And it's so cool to have something so simple that can impact people. But what I'm so proud that we've done is to create this place that I didn't feel like I've always had growing up, a safe place to come and share, a safe place to just be just the freaking wacko that you are, the woohoo that you are, the geek that you are, the athlete that you are, the whatever that you are. It's just that happy smorgasbord that I think the whole world should take note of, if I'm being brutally honest, right? And how much better could it be? And it's so cool that it happens with health. Like, you and I are on that same path, right? All three of us. And we always talk about, health is our greatest wealth. And we've searched for that and searched for that and searched for that. And to come to find out full circle, it's back at the basics and so simple for everybody. It's just such an awesome thing. So that's all I got to share tonight.
You look pretty zenned out, brother. I just have to say, like, you look you look very holistic. Is that a good way of what you're saying? It resonates absolutely.
Yeah, man.
But you just look great.
Yeah,
I know
with
how
this
hard
much-
you're
Yeah,
working.
that's the thing.
Listen, I gotta tell you, can I never share updates, and I want everybody, like, this is for me, I've chosen this path and I've gone on this a long way. And for me, these little tweaks for me are great, but for me, celebrating everybody else. But I just want to say this one thing, Sean, you know how much of a freaking psycho I am when it comes to workouts, right? I need to share this with everybody to prove a point. Okay. The last 3.5 weeks, probably 4 weeks of my life have been an absolute like tornado. I mean, literally, like, we drove 900 miles, very, very pregnant wife. You know what I mean? Like, life is just not right now, right? And everything going on. We decided to rip apart the entire house. Like, Zen is a funny word you use because somebody told me I needed to make sure I did that. I've literally, like, 5 hours of sleep, like, go. And every day it's my lunchbox. It's the same foods. It's fueling the body. And I have literally, like, this is crazy for me because this used to drive me so psycho because I thought that I was a bad person for this. But to show you the power of food alone, I have not lost an inch of muscle, an inch of strength, but I've done maybe a little over a handful of workouts in that entire time. And I go 6 days a week. But my nutrition's been so clean and so on point, and I knew that life was more stressful. There was less sleep. There was more to get done. There was more pressure. There was more stress. So I did the opposite of what most people do. I didn't run to Chick-O-Filet. I didn't run to Mackie Donald's, microwave. No. Like, I made my life simple. I planned ahead. I knew that good quality food has to fuel the super engine that allows me to get done what I have to get done. And I hope that people can take that and really think about when things get tough, or why should I keep going, or why should I keep doing this, or wait a minute, I'm an athlete. I don't give a crap who you are. Everybody needs the right stuff to fuel at that optimal level. Finding your sweet spot's going to be the magic of the shred, but I know the basics of it is going to get us there. And I've kept it so simple, so basic, just fueling that. And literally, man, it's kept me going. So the power of nutrition alone, get all this crap out of your mind. Like, it's not that you're lazy. It's not that you're whatever. Get the energy first. You'll have the energy to naturally work out. Like, I forgot Amy's husband's name there that was sharing, but it's like, get healthy first and you'll have, it goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like, give yourself permission to be free and allow the time to heal, allow the time for the process to take place. Realize that nothing that you're doing by choosing healthy is a bad thing, even in a stall, even in whatever. Like, get out of your way and just realize that that's the basics. That's your foundation. Treat that foundation like solid concrete. You build a structure on a crappy foundation, it's going to crumble over time. So we're building that foundation. That's the basics. That's why you keep going. My foundation, Sean, is the basic protocol of the shred adjusted to my personal needs of what has to happen. That's a beautiful place, guys. That does not exist in the nutrition world. Everyone wants to tell you what to do. We're going to teach you, go get that fish. You know what I mean? And you'll find these stories never stop because people are learning it themselves. It's so beautiful.
Love it, buddy. I love it. And I love you.
Yeah, because I do.
Well, I love you too, man.
Posting on, I see that you are doing so much, and to see how you've been able to keep a good, healthy balance and know that, like you said, the foundation is your diet. And when you can get that in place, everything else just falls into place and you don't. That's
why it's so empowering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Jesse, thank you so much. Everybody, I hope you could unmute and thank Jesse and thank all the people who shared tonight, all the superheroes that came on, and we'll close this out.
Awesome call, everybody. Thank you.
Incredible call.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks,
Jesse,
everyone.
I just have to say what you said is true. Plan ahead.
Yeah.
Because I had surgery on Monday. I planned ahead and it's unbelievable. I have 4 different drugs prescribed to me and I still haven't taken one of them because
I love it.
That's
yeah,
awesome, Heidi.
I don't have the inflammation in my body and
I do.
Eating clean and right after the surgery, the cleanse for life instead of drinking juice that they normally give you. You know,
That's so awesome.
I
Good
took
job.
that ahead.
Heidi, that's